today's topic is going to be about biorhythms. Now, if you knew or you didn't know, from the day you're born, your entire body goes through what we call a biorhythm. It's a cycle of peaking and ebbing. Okay, your intellect, the way you think, and how you are. When is your strongest physical moment, and when are you in an emotional high, and when are you in an emotional low? Follows a cycle. So I'm going to give you a kind of a brief video. So stick on, and if you want to know more. Now, these biorhythms actually start from the day you're born. Okay. And well, everything has a cycle. Not everything can be at its peak. Even sleep comes in a cycle. So also a lot of the potential parts of how you exist also go in cycles. Now, your mind, your mental activity has a span of 33 days. So you'll start at zero and then you'll go back down again. That up and down cycle will take 33 days. And so on for your physical body, your strengths happen in a 23-day cycle. And so also your emotions. Okay? They always go, there's a point where it's zero and it goes. So imagine you're starting at zero, it goes up and then it comes down and it goes up again. So it's like a sine wave. Okay? And it keeps going up and down. And you can actually plot this graph from the day you're born and you can arrive at what's going to happen to you with this month or this week or this day. Okay, we'll come to that. Now, additionally, there are some more biorhythms that they have probably discovered. And they say intuition, spirituality, awareness, and your aesthetic being, like let's say you're a painter or something, and you need that kind of inspiration. So these also have cycles, and you can see them 38 days, 53 days. Awareness, what is the meaning of this word awareness? Is, are you seeing life? Do you see life? And you see life more vividly in this 48 days. There's always this 48-day cycle. Okay. So it goes up and it comes down. So typically you can say the peak is always at the half point of all of these cycles. So for example, intuition, or let's take something like awareness, and exactly at half will be 24 days. So you know exactly that's where it's going to ebb and flow. Right? Okay. Now, to remember that this is actually quite an old science. It's not new. It's been there as long as 3,000 years ago. Okay, and mainly the scientists of Greece, they use this. They use this for things like bodily function, and they concentrated more on the organs of the body, like respiration. And they said kidney activity had also followed a cycle, pulse rate, and so on and so forth. And of course, the menstrual cycle for women is also a cycle. Okay. So this actually kind of existed very, very long ago. They were probably not termed the way they are termed now, but it's been there. Okay. Okay. So there was a professor at the University of Innsbruck, and he came to understand that, or he came to conclusion that his students seemed to be, they followed some kind of a cycle. They were very attentive and they're very responsive at certain times of the month and things like that. And he found that there was a 33-day cycle to this, and he believed that people would oscillate in this 33-day period, and the brain would go into peak activity and would go into very low activity. And of course, the depth of the science is yet to go. It's a pseudoscience right now, but there's a kind of a lot of evidence to say that, and you will note from your own life that some days, wow, I'm able to solve that crossword. I'm able to do, puzzles like in 1 or 2 minutes. But today, what's happened to me? Something's like not working. You would have had those days, right? So there is kind of at least a logic to it. And with a lot of experimentation and observation, they've found out that there is actually, you can quite come close to saying that there is a biorhythm. Okay. So, biorhythms, to give an example, here's a kind of a good graph. And you can see I've just taken the three base ones, which is intelligence, emotion, and your physical, your physical body at that point of time. And they're denoted by these colors, green, red, and blue in this particular graph. Now you can see that, how it's ebbing between for this month, which is probably, now I'm just saying this is August, and based on my date of birth, okay, not yours, you can see that there's a kind of a flow happening. Now, when is it that you have to, why is this important? Now, let's say you're going to go and do a kind of a sports event, okay? Now, and so you need your probably a physical body at its best. So you're going to look sometime in that, during that month, where's my best day? And over here, it looks like between the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, I seem to be at my peak physically, and I'm also at my peak intellectually. So it doesn't mean I'm going to have to, play a chess game while I'm running, but then it might be a sport. Sports definitely need a lot of thinking. So if you're going to play a competitive sport, it might be a good time for me to play it during these days. Okay, so this is how something like this can happen. But at this point, I don't want to get into any fights with anyone on the sports field, because emotionally I'm really down. I'm like, I'm at probably just ducking below zero, and so that's not a good time to do it. So there are times where all three are exactly coinciding and they're all crossing at the same time, all at 100%. But that takes, it'll come in its own time. So when it all adjusts and I look down the calendar months, I'll find a point where all three are at its highest. Now, what you can do is you can actually go to this website called biorhythm-calculator.net. Okay. And all you have to do is input your date of birth and take the current day. It'll automatically take the current day and it'll just give you the prediction for the month. Okay. And if you have something you've planned out, let's say you want to go on a trek, you want to go on some kind of little adventure, going traveling, you want to climb through some rocks, and maybe want to do some rafting or something which requires physical strength. Just see if that your biorhythm is at its peak, and probably plan around that day. Okay, so it really helps. Or if you're actually going to do something like probably going to write an exam, or you're going to go for an interview, or maybe you're going to be quizzed by a panel for your business, you're going to pick a day where your biorhythm is actually at that point. So as much as I'm intrigued about this, you can build another sharper one. We can bring in all the other aspects which I said, like aesthetics and spirituality. So this app will actually help you track it along. So you can see it there in that little slide, and some blue just below this. But you can always just say biorhythm calculator on Google or any search engine, and you'll get a couple of sites, and it'll help you do it. And since the days, the cycles are quite well known, there's not going to be much difference from either one of them, except maybe the presentation, maybe the speed. Maybe some guys will be a little faster and show you the graph better. But it's not going to give you any detailed explanation, but it's something that you need to note, that if you're going to try something that involves one of these activities, pick that day when it is at its highest, and that's right on top on its peak. So thank you for being here and listening to all of this. And if you haven't been very attentive, and you can always come back to this video again, and probably your biorhythm might have been a little low. So even if you're watching my videos, make sure you go down and check when your biorhythm on the intellectual part is a little high, and join me then. Do comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because every week there are a couple of these great info videos that are kind of fringe, but they do benefit you in your health and in your life. So thanks for your time. I'll see you on the next video.